Hello everyone, today I'll be taking you through my presentation on the relationship between facilitation and the prepare for elicitation task. My name is Anne Bola and I have put together a few slides that I hope gives you some basic understanding of the importance of facilitation in the elicitation process, but more so in the preparation for it. Let's start by taking a look at what is elicitation. Elicitation is a drawing forth or the receiving of information from stakeholders or other sources. It is the main path to discovering requirements and design information, and might involve talking with stakeholders directly, researching topics, experimenting, or simply being handed information. There are three main tasks in the elicitation process. That is, prepare for elicitation, conduct elicitation, confirm elicitation. We'll be focusing on the preparing for elicitation task in the next few slides. Preparing for elicitation is the first task in the elicitation process. Its purpose is to understand the scope of the elicitation activity, select appropriate techniques, and plan for or procure appropriate supporting materials and resources. Basically, the purpose is to ensure all needed resources are organized and scheduled for conducting the elicitation activity. Two of the inputs according to the BA-BOK 3.0 in this task are 1. Needs. Elicitation can be used to discover the needs, but in order to get started, there must be some needs that exist or pre-exist, even if it has not yet been fully elicited or understood. 2. Stakeholder engagement approach. Understanding stakeholders' communication and collaboration needs help plan and prepare appropriate and effective elicitation events. Two of the outputs, according to the BA-BOK 3.0, are 1. Scheduled resources. This includes the participants, the location in which the elicitation activity will occur, and any other resources that may be required. 2. Supporting materials. That is, any materials required to help explain the techniques used or perform them. Business analysts prepare for elicitation by defining the desired outcomes of the activity, considering the stakeholders involved and the goals of the initiative. This includes determining which work products will be produced using the elicitation results, deciding which techniques are best suited to produce those results, establishing the elicitation logistics, identifying any supporting materials needed, and understanding circumstances to foster collaboration during an elicitation activity. According to the PMI Guide to the Business Analyst book, facilitation is the collection of activities involved in directing and coordinating work among groups of people such as those activities involved in the prepare elicitation task. Facilitation skills for a business analyst involves facilitating work within the business analyst approach, such as facilitating decision-making and organizational change, as well as facilitating activities supporting elicitation. We will spend some time in the upcoming slide to look into these activities and establish their link to facilitation. Let's see how facilitation ties into the elicitation task of preparing for elicitation. On my bullet points on the left, you will see facilitation activities, and in my examples on the right, you will see facilitation activities specific to the prepare for elicitation task. 1. Scheduling and planning meetings. Example, scheduling and planning for your elicitation sessions. 2. Inviting appropriate members. Example, preparing the list of people for the elicitation session. 3. Preparing agendas and meeting materials. Example, preparing adequate information for stakeholders to understand what your elicitation session will be about. 4. Maintaining control of a meeting. Example, preparing your own data for the elicitation meeting ahead of time to fully acquaint yourself on the topic. 5. Encouraging useful discussion. Example, prepare questions ahead of time, know the direction you want the session to take, and prepare for it. 6. Comprehensive engagement. Example, preparing your materials and ensuring you know who your stakeholders are, and prepare the right communication techniques to employ to suit your audience, as well as having a good understanding and grasp of the subject matter as part of your presentation, of your preparation. And lastly, 7, ensuring proper capture of information and tracking of issues and action items. Example, stakeholder grids, attendee list, technology equipment needed for the session, and any other resources needed, such as meeting rooms, proper sign-off for resources, etc. In summary, what we're saying is having good facilitation skills leads a BA closer to having a good elicitation session, which leads the entire team closer to having a good quality business solution. As a BA, we have to facilitate work within the business analyst approach, as well as facilitate elicitation supporting activities. The preparation for elicitation can seem overwhelming, especially for a novice BA, because of the many decisions we have to make that can make or break our actual elicitation session. The best place to start is with what you know and what you have. And it in turn will open up other paths or branches. And before you know it, you will start climbing that tree and have all your preparations in place for a successful elicitation session. Thank you so much.